Yo, what's going on, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be bringing to you a preparation for the new collection that's coming up on the 29th, Friday, July 29th. Last time we did a video just like this where we made predictions on how much you were going to need in each category to attain a voucher for the first big collection, which ended up being Retro Finest George Brett. With that being said, we also made our predictions at the end of the video, so we're going to do the same for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully this one prepares you. Last time we were not on point with anything, to be honest. They kind of did a lot more for the collections than they did in any years past, so now we're ready for this one to predict what it can be, okay? Again, these are all predictions, not saying that any of this is right, but you know, we can make better educated guesses based off the first big collection this year. So with that being said, we'll get into the video. Right before we do though, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn those notifications on. Leave a like on the video and in the comment section below. Let me know how prepared you are for this program, and also let me know what you think, who you think the new big collection is going to be, okay? Lastly, make sure you follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. All three links will be in the description below. So give me a follow on 3 platforms. I would highly appreciate if you did. And also make sure you go check out my shorts channel on YouTube, pitching_rebel shorts. Go check it out. Hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so now we're gonna jump in and look at the Legends and Flashbacks. Obviously, we have George Brett as our first one. So, you know, once Friday hits, we'll have a second card showing up there. I'm very excited for it. Can't wait to see this card, as long as it's a position player. I'm not a fan of a collection being a pitcher. Putting a lot of stuff into a pitcher just doesn't make sense to me. Randy Johnson's probably the one pitcher that I can kind of be okay with because of how dominant he is, but even then, man, you're only using him once every 4 or 5 games because of his energy. Then sometimes you only use him for an inning or 2 because somebody quits and now he's gone for another 4 or 5 games. You know, at least that position player is playing every game, regardless if your opponent quits or not, regardless if you got an at-bat or not, or did get an at-bat. He doesn't lose energy. He's going to be able to play that next game. So, that being said, we'll jump into this Legend and Flashbacks and talk about each category, including a couple ones that are not here. But first, we'll talk about the ones that are here. So, postseason, we have 20 of them right now. And as you see, we needed 12 before to attain them. And when that collection came out, there was only 9 at the time, but the Future Stars program also dropped at the same time, which means we had 30 Legends and Flashback pack. We had the 30 Legends and Flashback pack from the NL and AL also drop a part of the program, so it added 3 more postseason cards, which ends up being 12. And we needed all 12 of them that first time. So with that being said, we're not, unless something else happens, they're dropping another program, which, you know, I don't see it happening because we just got TA3, and it's still a couple weeks away before another featured program comes out. Right now, we have 20 of these postseason cards, and so I would say out of the 20, you're probably, this year they've been very, very steep. I would say you're going to need at least 17, maybe even 18. Obviously, you want to push to get all 20. I know it's going to be tough, but that's how steep they went this year, so I'm gonna go steep with my predictions as well. I'd rather go too steep than undercut it. So with that being said, out of the 20, like I said, I don't think you're gonna need all 20. It could happen again, but I could definitely see at least 17, definitely 18, definitely between 17 and 18. So shoot for that 18 mark. If you go for 20, you're obviously going to be safe at 20 because there's only 20 right now. Then we jump over to veteran. We needed 28 of the veteran cards, and there's 38 of them now, so they've added 10 more. And I believe maybe 30 veteran at the time. So again, very steep. We're going to go with this prediction. I think you're going to need out of 38, 35 pushing 36, okay? I would not be surprised if it was 36 out of the 38. So again, another one, if you can get all 38, you're obviously gonna be safe, but I would try to aim for 36 of these guys. Then we'll jump over to All-Star. We had 60 All-Star. There was a lot of All-Star at the beginning. There's still a lot of All-Star. There's 92 now, so they've added at least a minimum of 32 more, but I would say it went up from 65, I think there was, and we had to get 60. So out of the 92 though, and that's just a rough number. I'm not really sure. I couldn't really track. I went back and did some research, but I couldn't really track how many All-Star there was. I know that you need 60. Obviously, it says it there. I wasn't sure if there's, if there was 60 in the dot, or I'm gonna say there was at least 65 if I can remember correctly, but I could be wrong on that. There is 92 of them now though. And with that being said, out of the 92, I think we're gonna need at least 88 of them. I think out of the 92, we're gonna need 88 of them. And you could even be looking at 90, okay? Again, go for these are All-Star cards. They're not too expensive. Some of them maybe could get expensive, maybe the diamond ones, but I mean, if you want this collection is gonna be expensive, just like the George Brett one was expensive at the beginning. It's going to be expensive again. If you're shooting to get it here first, I'm giving you what I legitimately think, based off the first collection, what it's going to be. So with that being said, I think, 88 probably sounds like a far stretch, but it really doesn't at this point with how the first collection was. And again, aim for 90, I would say. Next, we'll talk about the breakout, and with the breakout, we need a 35 the first time, and now there's 46 breakouts, so that's 11 more breakout cards that could be a part of the collection, or for the breakout voucher. That being said, I believe there was 39, I could be mistaken, there could have been 35 on the dot. As of right now, there's 46 breakout. I would say we're going to need at least, if there's no more breakout added between now and when the collection drops, I would say you're going to need at least 44 of them, 43 to 44. Shoot for that 44 mark. And of course, if you get the 46, you're going to be safe and sound there. Next is a rookie. We need a 30 for the voucher the first time. And now there is 48 rookie cards. So that's an 18 card jump. And, I believe there was 34. Again, these numbers are just, I couldn't find the exact number, so they're just a guess on that end. But now we have 48. And again, steep. We're going to go again at 48. I think you'll need 45 of them. Shoot for that 46 mark, of course. But I would say we're going to need 45 of them. Second half heroes, we needed 22 the first time. And now there's 40 of them. So quite a big jump on this one. 18 more were added, or 18. It's 18 more than the first time. Again, just like the rookie one. And out of 40, I think we're gonna need at least 37 of them. I know that's a huge number for second half cards, but that's what I really think it's gonna be. So go for that 38 mark to be safe and sound. But I could see it definitely be 37. Now, monthly awards, there was 14 on the dot, and we needed 14 the first time. I know that for a fact. Now there's 38 of them. You're going to need all 38. I would be surprised if it was less. If it's less, it's going to be 36. But because most of these cards are attainable via, grinding out the monthly programs, it's going to be all of them, just like it was the first time. I don't see why any difference. But again, if there was, I would say 36 out of 38. But if you want to be safe on the monthly awards, guarantee you this one, you're going to have all of them. Prospects, we needed 40 last time. There's 45 prospects, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're going to need all prospects now. What are you going to jump to 42 out of the 45? That's not really a big jump. So I could see it really be all 45 prospects. Face of the franchise, we needed 27 last time. I think now we'll need all 30 to get that voucher. It's only 3 more cards, so if you already have the 27 for Brett, it's only a 3-card jump from there. Now we'll jump into the prime cards. We needed 10 the first time. There was 11 at the time that the program, or sorry, that George Brett dropped. Now there's 22 of them, so it doubled. That being said, like last time we needed, like I said, last time we needed 10 of them, or we need 10 of them the first time to get the voucher. There was only 11 of them. If they follow the same suit, you're gonna need at least 21 of them of the 22, but I would say you're gonna need, it's gonna be at least 19 to be safe, pushed at 20, but I would not be surprised if you needed 21 of them based off the last time. But I would say this time maybe they're a little bit more lenient, maybe, not saying that they will be, maybe, the big maybe, 19 to be, if you get to 19, you should be either very close or right on the money. Awards, we needed 10 last time. There's 19 of them this time. It went from, it was 10 out of 12. Now there's 19 of them. So a 7 award card jump from the last time to how many there was when the collection came out. I think you're gonna need at least 17 of them, 17 out of the 19, and to be safe, go with that 18. Maybe it's 16 out of 19, but I say 17 out of 19. Now, signature series, we have not gotten a lot more signature series. We needed 5 the first time. There was only 6 cards. Now there's 8 cards for signature series. I think you're gonna need 7 out of the 8. So I think that's a lock. If I'm wrong on that one, it's 6 out of the 8. I mean, it really wouldn't make any sense because it only went 1 card more. 7 out of 8 would make more sense, 2 more cards. I don't see them asking for all 8 signature series, but then again, they always could do that. So if you want to be safe on this one, the only way to be safe is to go with, to have every card. But I really do think it's going to be 7 out of 8. Milestone, we needed 6 last time, and there was 7 last time. So you need 6 out of 7. Now there's 15 milestone cards. So an 8 milestone card jump. I think you're gonna need at least 13 of them. I would not be surprised if it was 14 out of 15 that we needed for milestone. But I think 13 can get it done this time around. Obviously, the cover athletes, we haven't gotten any more. So that's, if you have the cover athletes done. I don't know if that one's gonna be a voucher. Like last time, because Joe Mauer was 1 last time, but I don't know if it'll be a voucher. I think the vouchers for the card by itself will be Brett and Jackie Robinson this time, since it was Babe and Joe Mauer the last time. So I think it would be Brett and Jackie. So, I mean, the cover athletes may get you a voucher this time. I really don't know, honestly, if they even are going to count them. I don't see why they shouldn't. They are a Legend and Flashbacks, part of the Legend and Flashbacks tabs. They should, but I know Joe Mauer by himself is not going to get you one. But if you have Joe Mauer, obviously you have all the cover athletes. Now, Takashi, we needed 8 the first time. There was only 9. Reason why we needed 8 was because we needed Babe as a voucher and not just a Takashi series. Now, they've added, there's 19 Takashi cards now, which is a jump from the 9, obviously 10 card jump. Out of the 19, I think we're gonna need 17 of them, maybe 16, but I would say push for that 17 mark. And I would not be, I'd be surprised if it was all 19 for sure. I wouldn't really be too surprised if it was 18, but I think 17 is the number. Topps Now cards. There was 34 of them the first time. We needed 33. Now there's 83 Topps Now cards. That's a huge jump. That's almost a 40 card jump. I think we're gonna need at least 80 of them, if not 82 of them. These cards are attainable through BR, events, grinding the monthly program. So, it's not like they're cards that you can't attain without grinding the game. So that's why they had, out of the 34, 33 of them. So out of the 83, I would not be surprised if it was 82 of them. I could see 80 though. I would just try to push to get all of them. But I could, if you want to not go for all of them and want a number, I'll give you that 80. I think 80 does it this time. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at the future stars. I didn't have to do this one as part of the voucher since I had every other one, but we needed 27 of them to get the voucher, just like the face of the franchise. Like I said, this program dropped, the Future Stars program dropped when George Brett dropped. So it was like quite literally impossible to finish George Brett right away with Future Stars as a voucher. But it was 27 out of 30 that we needed. Now there's 41 Future Stars out of from 30, so that's an 11 card jump. Out of the 41, we needed 27 the first time, and now we have 41. That was 27 out of 30. I think we're gonna need at least 38 of them, maybe even 39. But I would say 38. That makes sense. 27 out of 30, 38 out of 41. That would make sense. So if you want to be safe, I would push for that 39 mark, but I would say you're going to need 38 of them to get the voucher this time around. All right. Now, obviously, all-star cards, like I said, I think if you want the all-star card voucher, it's going to be like the Takashi and the cover athlete one the first time around. You needed to have the collection done. I think Jackie is going to be one voucher as a card, and then Brett's going to be the other voucher as a card, as Babe Ruth and Joe Mauer were the first time. So for this one, you're going to need, there's 45 of them. After they added that Miggy card, you're going to need, technically there's 46 all-star cards now because Jackie Robinson, but you're going to need 44 of them. So you can get that Jackie. So I know Jackie's pretty expensive right now. That being said, next we're going to look at a couple that they have not added into the Legend of Flashbacks that they might add on Friday. And that's going to be the Home Run Derby X cards. The new legends that were added, the four of them: Giovanni Soto, Johnny Gomes, Adrian Gonzalez, and Nick Swisher. They were not a part of the All-Star cards, the 2022 All-Star. They made that all for the All-Star weekend, including Home Run Derby. Usually Home Run Derby has its own tab, and it even has its own collection. This year was not the case. They were a part of the 2022 All-Stars. So I think maybe they may add the HRDX cards into the Legend of Flashbacks and make that its own voucher. I'm not 1,000% sure. It's only 4 cards. And for that reason, I think you're going to need all 4 of them. So don't quote me on it, but I would say, go get those cards so you're safe on that end. But again, I'm not 1,000% sure on it because there's no tab right now. But again, they could always easily add it. These cards have to be part of something, in my opinion. Every card is always a part of something. So I think Friday is where they become part of something. And then last but not least, Finest. We have Retro Finest and then obviously a Flashback Finest from 2021. We only have one of those so far. With that being said, though, there's 7 of these cards. Technically 8 if you would count George Brett, but George Brett's on his own end. I think he gets a voucher on his own end. So these are definitely going to be added to the collection. And we're going to have, like I said, 7 of these cards right now. So with that being said, I think we're going to get, we're going to have at least 6 of them, to be honest. Which is fine because all of them are not terribly expensive. I think Mazurowski and D-Train will drop in price from here to Friday once people start playing the event more and more and get these cards. So that with that being said, Outliers probably going to be the most expensive one. But there's 7 of them, and like I said, I think it's to be 6 out of 7. I don't think they're going to ask us for 7 out of 7. So With that being said, get these cards up. This is going to be another voucher. I don't see how these finest cards are not another voucher. Like I said, every card has a purpose, whether it's, or you know what I'm saying, they all always have a purpose towards these collections. So this is going to be this is going to be its own tab to attain a voucher, and I think you're going to need 6 out of the 7. So start gathering these up. So that concludes every single tab for the Legend and Flashback collections. We went over how many cards there are at this moment, how many cards I think you're going to need for each one. This time, we kind of shot low the first time. Now we may be shooting too high, but I'd rather shoot high than too low. I feel like I did you guys wrong the last time, and honestly, SDS went a lot steeper than they usually have in the past. This time around, I know for a fact I shot very high, so some of the expectations are kind of tough to meet right now, right? Pretty expensive to meet, but I think that this is the type. I think this is what actually would do the video justice, is the fact that I'm just being honest based off the first, I'm being honest based off the first big collection this year. I'm not shooting you a pipe dream, giving you low numbers. I'm giving you realistic numbers, and I'm telling you throughout the video it's going to be expensive and whatnot. And I also tell you that I don't know. I don't think I'm right. I hope I'm not right, and I think I'm not right. You know what I'm saying? Just like the first one, I wasn't right. It's all opinion based, and it's all educated guesses based off the first collection. Now, with that being said, though, let's have a little fun with it. Now we're going to do our predictions for the big collection. So for my first prediction, I'm going to go with Willie Mays. Willie Mays was a collection reward back in MLB 19 when he was first introduced as a live series collection. We're in MLB 22. It's been quite a while since he was a collection reward. He was a program boss, if I'm not mistaken. So it was, you got him by grinding the game. It wasn't expensive to get him because you can just grind and choose him as a boss. So I think I can see him be behind a paywall this year. I would not be surprised at all. Next, I'm going to go with Hank Aaron. Big Hank was introduced to the game last year. He was an inning boss as well as Willie Mays was last year. It's a card that's end game, just like Willie Mays. It's a card that would be better than George Brett, just like Willie Mays. And I think that he's worth the stubs. He would be worth the stubs. It's a 5-tool player, just like Willie Mays. So, with that being said, I could see Hank Aaron behind it as well. And then last but not least, I'm going to go with Mickey Mantle. Big Mickey. That would be the best option right now. End game center fielder, switch hitter, 5-tool player. It's going to be also better than George Brett. I know he was a collection reward in MLB 20 when he was first introduced, but you had a 1-year gap already where he wasn't. Last year he was part of Team Affinity 4 for the Yankees. So a grind 99 card, I can see him put behind a paywall again, especially if it's a card, even last year's card for grind 99 card. That card was ridiculous. He had pretty much 125 across the board except for the power versus lefties, which was still at like 116 once you got him to P5. His defense was diamond defense. I don't think it was 99, but it was diamond defense. His speed got almost up to 99. It was 90. I think it got up to 97 at P5. Just a ridiculous card. And if they do that again this year for that type of card and put him behind a paywall, I would not be upset at all. That card was insane and had insane attributes, and it's a switch hitter. Again, I think Mickey Mantle is definitely the poster boy for this type of... I think Mickey Mantle would be the perfect poster boy for this second big collection. A card that would be better than George Brett. A switch hitter, which we have not received yet as a collection reward. We've gotten switch hitters. We got switch hitters back-to-back years as the Live Series collection reward. Big time switch hitters. Been Chipper last year, and then Mickey and MLB 20. We haven't received that yet. We haven't gotten. Well, I guess we have had an outfielder, but we haven't gotten a center fielder as a big collection reward. Like the big collection. Obviously, we had Clemente. Well, he's a right fielder. We haven't gotten a center fielder. Okay, we have not gotten that switch hitter yet. If we look through the big collections, obviously we got Randy Johnson. That's a starting pitcher. We had George Brett. That's a third baseman. We had Jackie Robinson. Just now, that's a second baseman. We had Babe Ruth. That's a right fielder. Joe Mauer. We got a catcher. Okay. Then obviously you had Clemente as the NL. That's another right fielder. First base. For the AL. Okay. You know, it could be a center fielder. And I'm going to throw in one more because I haven't said a Live Series guy yet. Maybe some form of Fernando Tatis. You know, a shortstop. Live Series guy. Again, another position that we haven't seen yet. But we did just get a middle infielder for a collection in Jackie Robinson. Can't play shortstop, but it is a middle infielder. So Tatis, I could see him as well. We're not going to get a finest card for him this year. You know, he's been injured all year. He's coming back, but it's going to be too late for him to get a finest card unless he just does something ridiculous in the little amount of time that he plays. Could see Fernando Tatis as well, for sure. I don't want to see a pitcher. I made that clear at the beginning as well, but I don't want to see a pitcher. If we were to see a pitcher, I could see it being Pedro Martinez. Them doing justice to him from last year. Everybody was outraged, and rightly so, with his per nines. I could see them, you know, really give him a juicy card this year, but I don't want to see a pitcher, even if it's a juicy Pedro. Don't think it's worth it. Like I said, pitchers are not worth that much stubs, in my opinion. They're not worth over 2 million stubs for sure. A position player I can get behind. Like I said, you use him every game. He doesn't have energy that you have to even take him out every so often to give him a day off or a game off. Definitely doesn't have to wait 4 or 5 games. He's in your lineup every game. And to be honest, you put him wherever you want in your lineup so you can lead him off and he could be the person that makes your opponent rage quit with a leadoff bomb. So, yeah, the position players, in my opinion, are the ones that are worth that much. I pray that they go with a position player because I'll be very disappointed if it's not. But anyways, that's the predictions. We're going to go over it again. Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle is my pick, and then Fernando Tatis Jr. As a dark horse. And then, obviously, if there were to be a pitcher, I would think it would be Juice Pedro. That being said, I gave you all the ins and outs for all the tabs to attain vouchers, what I think it's going to be. So make sure you take those notes, and hopefully it helps you out, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn those notifications on. Leave a like on the video and in the comment section below. Let me know if you think I went too steep with how many cards you need, or if I even didn't go steep enough, or if you think I was just right. Lastly, give me your predictions in the comment section below on who you think the big Legend of Flashbacks reward is going to be, okay? Lastly, make sure you follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. All 3 links will be in the description below, so give me a follow on 3 platforms. I would highly appreciate if you did. And also make sure you go check out my shorts channel on YouTube, pitching_rebel shorts. Go check it out. Hit the subscribe button. It is completely free, okay? Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.